You know that feeling when you run your tongue across your teeth and something just doesn't feel right? Maybe it's a rough spot you swear wasn't there before. Or maybe you catch a glimpse in the mirror and notice a faint dark line forming near the gum. And suddenly, your mind goes straight to one place. The dentist, the chair, the drill, the bill, and let me guess. You've been putting it off, haven't you? Look, I get it. You've spent decades being told the same thing over and over again. Brush twice a day, floss, and when something goes wrong, come see us. But here's what they don't always tell you. That dark spot, that sensitivity when you drink something cold, that's not the end of the story. In fact, it might just be the beginning of something you can actually do something about. Because here's the truth, most people over 50 don't know. Your teeth can heal themselves, not from severe decay, not from cavities that have already broken through the enamel, but from those early warning signs, the ones you're noticing right now, those you still have control over. And I'm not talking about some miracle cure or magic toothpaste you saw in a Facebook ad. I'm talking about real science, real biology, real processes happening inside your mouth right now. But before we get into that, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your teeth are just giving up on you? Like no matter what you do, they're just going to get worse with age? Like you're losing control over your own body, one tooth at a time? If that's you, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not powerless. So let's talk about what's actually happening inside your mouth. Because once you understand this, everything changes. Right now, as you're watching this, there's a battle going on, a microscopic war between two forces. On one side, you have demineralization. That's when acids, usually from sugars and bacteria, start dissolving the minerals in your enamel. Now, calcium, phosphate, the building blocks of your teeth, they're being pulled out, bit by bit. And if this keeps happening unchecked, that's when you get a cavity. But here's what most people don't realize. There's another side to this battle. It's called remineralization, and it's your body's natural defense system. Your saliva, yes, your own saliva is loaded with calcium and phosphate. And when the conditions are right, and it can actually rebuild that enamel, it can repair those early weak spots before they turn into full-blown cavities. Think about that for a second. Your body already knows how to fix this. It's been doing it your entire life. The problem is, most of us don't give it the right conditions to do its job. We're too acidic, too dry, too deficient in the minerals it needs. And so the balance tips toward decay. But what if you could tip it back? What if you could create an environment in your mouth where remineralization wins? Where those early spots actually get stronger instead of weaker? You can. And it doesn't require expensive treatments or painful procedures. It requires understanding and action. Simple, daily action. Now, I want to be very clear about something. This is not a replacement for your dentist. If you have a cavity that's already broken through the enamel, you need professional help. If you're in pain, go see someone. But if you're catching this early, if you're noticing sensitivity, rough spots, or early discoloration, you have options, real options, and most of them you can start today. So what does this actually look like? Let me break it down for you. First, you need to reduce the acid attacks. Every time you eat or drink something sugary or acidic, your mouth's pH drops. And when it drops below a certain level, demineralization kicks in. So step one is simple. Reduce how often your teeth are under attack. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy food. It just means being smarter about timing. Snacking all day, that's constant acid exposure. 3 solid meals, your teeth get breaks to recover. Second, you need to boost remineralization. This is where most people miss the boat. Your saliva needs minerals to rebuild enamel. And if you're not getting enough calcium, phosphate, or vitamin D, it's fighting with one hand tied behind its back. So you either adjust your diet or you supplement strategically. Things like dairy, leafy greens, nuts. They're loaded with what your teeth need, and certain toothpaste with hydroxyapatite or fluoride. They work by giving your enamel the raw materials to rebuild. Third, you need to protect the pH balance. A dry mouth is an acidic mouth, and an acidic mouth is a decaying mouth. So hydration matters. Saliva flow matters. Chewing sugar-free gum after meals, that's not just fresh breath. It's stimulating saliva production, which buffers acid and delivers minerals. Rinsing with water after eating, same thing. Simple, effective, free. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds too simple. And you're right to be skeptical, because you've been told for years that once decay starts, it's a one-way street. But that's only true once it progresses past a certain point. In the early stages, what dentists call incipient caries, remineralization is not only possible, it's happening in mouths all over the world. Right now, the research is clear. Studies from the Journal of Dental Research, the American Dental Association, international experts in cariology, they all confirm the same thing. Early-stage decay can be arrested and even reversed. But only if you act, only if you give your body what it needs, and only if you stop the behaviors that are tipping the balance toward destruction. So here's where I want to make this practical for you, because knowledge without action is just entertainment. And I didn't make this video to entertain you. I made it to help you take back control. If you want a step-by-step guide, one that walks you through exactly what to do, what to avoid, and what products actually work based on real science, I've put together a simple resource. It's the first link in the description. No fluff, no hype, just the method that's helping people catch decay early and give their teeth a fighting chance. This is for you if you're tired of feeling powerless, or if you're afraid of expensive procedures, if you want to do something now, before the problem gets worse. Check the description. First link. Let's keep going. Now, let's talk about something most dental videos skip over, the emotional side. Because here's the thing, this isn't just about teeth. It's about how you feel when you smile. It's about whether you cover your mouth when you laugh. It's about whether you avoid photos or feel self-conscious in social situations. And I know, especially for women watching this, that relationship with your smile is deeply personal. You've spent decades taking care of everyone else, your family, your home, your career, and somewhere along the way, your teeth started feeling like one more thing that's slipping out of your control. Maybe you've noticed the yellowing that won't go away no matter how much you brush, the gum line that seems to be receding, the gaps that weren't there before, the sensitivity that makes you wince every time you drink something cold. And the worst part, you feel like you're supposed to just accept it, like it's just part of getting older. But here's what I want you to hear. You don't have to accept it. Not all of it. Not the parts that are still in your control, because when you take action on those early signs, when you stop that decay before it becomes a cavity, you're not just saving a tooth, you're preserving your confidence. You're protecting the way you see yourself in the mirror. You're keeping the smile you've had your whole life. And that's worth fighting for. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say you can reverse decades of damage overnight, but I will tell you this. Small improvements add up. Reducing sensitivity. That's real progress. Stopping a dark spot from spreading. That's a win. Strengthening enamel so your teeth feel smooth again. That's taking back control. And every single one of those wins boosts your confidence. Makes you feel like you're not just aging gracefully, but aging powerfully. But here's the part that most people don't realize until it's too late. There's a window, a narrow window of opportunity, when decay is just starting. When it's still in that early reversible stage, your body can fix it. But once it breaks through the enamel, once it reaches the dentin underneath, you're past the point of no return. At that stage, you need a filling, or worse. And the longer you wait, the more invasive and expensive the solution becomes. So when you notice that rough spot, when you feel that twinge of sensitivity, when you see that faint discoloration, that's not your teeth giving up on you. That's your teeth asking for help. And if you respond now, you still have options. But if you ignore it, if you tell yourself, I'll deal with it later, later might be too late. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I want you to understand the stakes. This isn't about perfection. It's about prevention. It's about acting while you still can. And the good news? The method I mentioned earlier, the one in the description, it's designed for exactly this moment. For people who are seeing the early signs, who want to do something about it, who refuse to sit back and just let their teeth deteriorate without a fight. It's also pinned in the comments, if that's easier for you. Same method, same science, same results. This is for the people who want their confidence back, who want to smile without hesitation, who want to feel like they're in control of their own health again. If that's you, don't wait. Check the pinned comment or the description. And let's talk about what happens next. So here's where we are. You now know something most people don't. That tooth decay in its earlier stages is not a death sentence, that your body has a built-in repair system, and that with the right approach, you can tip the balance back in your favor. This isn't magic. It's not some internet fad. It's biology. It's chemistry. It's science that's been studied for decades by researchers all over the world. And it works, but only if you work with it. Only if you give your teeth the minerals they need. Only if you reduce the acid attacks. Only if you create the conditions for remineralization to happen. And here's the beautiful part. Once you start seeing progress, even small progress, it changes everything. You stop feeling like a victim of aging. You stop dreading the dentist. You stop covering your mouth when you smile. You start feeling empowered, like you're not just reacting to problems, but preventing them. Like you're not just managing decline, but protecting what matters. And that shift, that mental shift, it's just as important as the physical one. Because when you believe you have control, you act like it. And when you act like it, you get results. Now, I want to be honest with you about something. Not everyone is going to take action after watching this. Some people will nod along, think, that makes sense, and then do nothing. They'll go back to ignoring the warning signs. They'll keep putting off the dentist. They'll keep hoping the problem just goes away. And 6 months from now, a year from now, they'll be sitting in that dentist's chair getting bad news, hearing words like root canal or crown or extraction, and they'll wish they had acted sooner. Don't be that person, because you have a choice right now. You can close this video and forget everything you just learned. Or you can take 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, and check out the method I mentioned. The one that's helping people stop early decay in its tracks. The one that's based on real research, not marketing hype. The one that's designed for people exactly like you. People who are tired of feeling powerless. People who want a solution that's simple, natural, and effective. People who refuse to let their smile fade without a fight. First link in the description, pinned comment. It's right there. And look, I can't make you click it. I can't force you to take action, but I can tell you this. The people who do, they're the ones who look back 6 months from now and say, I'm so glad I didn't wait. They're the ones who catch problems early, who avoid expensive procedures, who keep their teeth strong and their confidence intact. And they're the ones who realize they had more control than they ever thought possible. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep hoping things get better on their own, or are you going to take back control? The choice is yours, but the window is closing. Don't let it close without acting. Check the description, check the pinned comment. And let's make sure that when you look in the mirror 6 months from now, you're smiling. Not covering your mouth, not wincing in pain, not regretting that you didn't act sooner, but smiling, confidently, proudly, because you took control when it mattered most. I'll see you in the next one.